Hello guys, welcome back to literature classes. This is Avilasha Yadav. Guys, today I am going to discuss the poem of Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is an American poet of modern age. She was born in 1928 and died on 2014. Maya Angelou is very much famous because of her 7 autobiographies. She has published 3 essays and 7 autobiographies. The very first autobiography of Maya Angelou is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This is a very first poem, and in the poems of Maya Angelou we see her life, her childhood life and her adult life. In this poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, she describes her life of her childhood and also her adult life up to the age 17. So, this is an introduction. This was an introduction of Maya Angelou. Let's move to the poem, that is Women Work, which I am going to discuss today. So, without wasting much time, we shall start the poem. Woman Work. Guys, from this title, you can easily understand what is the thing that I am going to discuss with you. While publishing this poem, Maya Angelou keeps in mind that this poem of Maya Angelou gives a description of the life of woman. The struggling life of a woman, the domestic life of a woman, how a woman survive in a family while being married. So all these things are depicted in this poem, Woman Work by Maya Angelou. This Woman Work is a remarkable literary piece of Maya Angelou, and this depicts a struggling life of a housewife who performs her daily life effectively and yearns for a fantastic break amidst the elements of nature to give her strength and comfort. She reveals that a housewife has so many responsibilities, lots of responsibilities on her head. Related to her family, and she thinks she does everything so that keeping in mind about the welfare of her family. So she has to forget herself. She has to forget her happiness, her interest, and the remaining things which she wants. She has to forget all the things about herself. This poem shows the struggle of a woman who has to take care of and who has to maintain the life of the family. At the end, when she got tired, when she got frustrated, so she to live in the lap of she want to rest in the lap of nature, because she thinks that nobody is here who can think about her. Only she can think, only her soul can think about her. So these things are described, and this is general thing, this is a general life of every woman. So, see the poem, line wise line. I am going to describe it line wise line. I have got the children to tend, the clothes to mend, the flour to mop, the food to shop, then the chicken to fry, the baby to dry. I got company to feed, the garden to weed. I have got shirts to press, the tot to dress, the can to be cut. I got to clean up this hut, then see about the sick, and cotton to pick. Every line are describing, each line are discussing about the work of a woman. about the work of a housewife. I have got the children to tend. One thing more I am going to tell you that this poem divided into 5 stanzas. There are 5 stanzas in this poem. Sometimes the question is asked that how many stanzas are there in the poem Woman Work, which was written by Maya Angelou. So in this poem we see that there are 5 stanzas and one first stanza. The very first stanza is longer than other stanzas. There are 14 lines in first stanza, and the remaining stanza has 4 lines. And the rhyme scheme of this poem is A tend, yani A, then mend, A, again the same word, the rhyming is going to, then mop, then shop. So A, B, B. This is the sequence of the rhyme scheme. So I have got the children to tend. Let's move to the poem. I have got the children to tend means I have children. I have to tend the children. I have to take care of the children. I have to protect the children. I have to think about the children, what to do, what they want, what is the need of the children. I have to give the food. I have to give them everything which they want, clothes, etc. So I have got the children to tend means a woman is saying, a housewife is saying that I have got the children to tend. I have to take care of the children. I have to take care of the children, the clothes to mend. The clothes to mend means I have to sew or I have to repair the clothes. Whose clothes? Family's clothes, children's clothes. The clothes of the family members or the clothes of the children. The floor to mop. Mop means clean. To do the dusting of the floor. So the floor to mop means I have to clean the floor. I have to give the food to shop. I have to go to market to buy the eatables, the edible things for my family. I have to buy these things. I have to do shopping for my family for the eatables or any other things. Okay, then the chicken to fry. Then the chicken to fry means I have to go to the kitchen to fry chicken, to prepare chicken, to prepare the food for the family. The baby to dry means I have to give a bath to my babies. I have to give the bath to my babies and then to dry them, to give the clothes them, to make them wear the clothes. I got company to feed. I got company to feed, the garden to weed. I have to prepare the food. I have to feed them. I have to give the food them. The garden to weed. The garden to weed means when I got the time. Means this is my duty that I have to go to the garden. Then I have to pick them or I have to put out the unwanted plants. Weed them. I have to put out the unwanted plants from the garden. I have to put out them, root out them. Okay. The unwanted plants which are not necessary in the garden, like grass. Then I have got shirts to press, the tots to dress. I have got shirts to press means there are so many clothes in my family because each of the family members wear the shirts, wear the clothes after ironing. So I have to press them. I have to iron them. I have to iron those clothes. This is my duty. The tots to dress means I have to dress up my children. I have to give them clothes to wear them. The can to be cut, I got to clean up this hut. The can to be cut, I got to clean up this hut. I have to clean this hut. I have to clean this hut means in the house in which I am living, I have to clean that house. I have to give the cleaning to that floor, to that house. I have to dust that house. I have to do the dusting of that house. She has to dress her children. She has to cut the bamboos, means she has to root out the bamboos which are in the garden. They are the unwanted plants. Then see about the sick and the cotton to pick. Then see about the sick. If any member of the family is sick or is fall ill, so I have to take care of them also. This is also my duty, that I have to see them, I have to look after them, I have to give them medicine, I have to give them eatables which is necessary for a patient, and the cotton to pick. After that, I have to pick the cotton. Pick the cotton means from the cotton tree. Okay, so this is my duty, how to perform. This is my daily routine. I have to perform all these things. I have to do all these things in my house. Then the next stanza, see the next stanza. Shine on me, sunshine, rain on me, rain. Fall softly, dewdrops, and cool my brow again. In this stanza, in the very first stanza, she describes, she says about her domestic life. These are all her duties which she has to perform in her daily routine. And in this stanza, she is looking suppressed, she is looking disturbed, she is looking frustrated, and she wants to live in the lap of nature. She is wanting, she is urging to nature, she is talking to nature. What she says, shine on me, sunshine. She is talking to sun. She is talking to sun, she is urging to sun, she is uttering to sun, shine on me. Means I live in the house, I live in the four walls of the house, I have to perform all the duties. Now I got frustrated. So I want to get a rest in the lap of nature. So she is requesting to sun, shine on me. Means I never got any sunshine. Now shine on me. Rain on me, rain. She is urging, she is saying to rain, rain on me. Rain on me means please give some dewdrops, give some raindrops on me also. Fall on me, rain on me, fall on me. Fall softly, dewdrops, and cool my brow again. And cool my brow again. All these things can cool her brow. Means all these dewdrops can cool her brows, can cool her head, can cool her mind. So she is talking, in this stanza, she is talking to the natural objects. Only these natural objects can give her satisfaction and peace, solace. Okay, see the next stanza. Storm, blow me from here with yours fiercest wind. Let me float across the sky till I can rest again. Storm. This is also a natural object. Storm is also a natural object. She is talking to storm. She is urging to storm. She is requesting to storm, blow me from here. Means bring me from here. Wherever you are going, because storm always bring so many collapse, so many devastation with it. So she is urging to storm, blow me from here. Blow me from here. She want to get a relief from this life. So she asked the storm to take her an imaginary word for a rest. For a rest. Only imagination can give her peace, solace and satisfaction. Okay, let me float across the sky. With your fiercest wind, let me float across the sky till I can rest again. She is urging to storm that blow me from here, take me from here and bring me take me from here with your fiercest wind, with your horrible wind. Okay, let me float means I also want to float across the sky. I also want to see the world. I also want to wonder the world. I also want to enjoy the world till I can rest again. I want to enjoy this world. I want to enjoy this storm. I want to live in this storm till I can rest again. Till I can rest again means when I shall get a rest, when I shall get a peace, then only I can stop myself. Okay. See the next stanza. Fall gently, snowflakes, cover me with white, cold icy kisses and let me rest tonight. Fall gently, snowflakes. Snowflakes means pieces of snow, pieces of ice. Okay, in this stanza also, she is talking to the natural objects, she is talking to nature, she is talking to snowflakes which are falling on the earth. Fall gently, fall swiftly, fall slowly. Cover me with white, cold, icy kisses. Like in the icy places, we see that snow cover all the earth or all the things with that ice. So she is saying, like that icy place, cover me also with white, cold, icy kisses. With white, cold pieces of snow, cover me also. Cover me also, cover that woman, cover that domestic woman, cover that housewife also. She is talking to herself, she is talking to snow, she is talking to snowflakes that cover me also like the icy places, cover me also like the icy places and with your icy kisses, with your pieces of ice and let me rest tonight. And let me rest means give me also cold kisses. Give me also coldness of your snow so that I can also rest tonight, this night. To that night I can be also able to have a rest at that night. Actually, these natural objects can please a person and give company for some time. That's why she is urging, she is requesting to the nature. See the next stanza. Sun, rain, curving sky, mountain, oceans, leaf and stone, star shine, moon glow, you are all that I can call my own. Sun, rain, curving sky. In this stanza, she is covering all the natural objects and addresses them by saying that sun, rain, curving sky, mountain, ocean, leaf and stone, star, shine, moon, glow, you are all that I can call my own. Means all these natural objects are mine. I can call them that these are mine. These things can be mine. I can call them that they can give me a rest, they can give me solace, they can give me peace, so they are mine, they belong to me also. Okay, because she can get a rest, she can get a relief from her busy life in the lap of sun, rain, curving sky, mountain, ocean, leaf and stone, star and moon. Okay, through this natural objects I can get rest, I can get a relief from my busy life. She wants to lose herself, actually she wants to lose herself among the natural objects. That is why she asks the rain, she asks the curving sky, mountain, ocean, the leaf and stone to give her relief. She wants to get a relief and joy from all these things and wants to run away from dark and dull life, dark and monotonous life of her domestic life, you can say. That's why she asks the moon to glow, the shining star to give her shelter with them. Okay, she calls all these things her own because she wants some leisure, some satisfaction in these natural things. Nature can give delight to her and can transport her to peace and, you can say, tranquility. So, this is a poem of Maya Angelou. This is a poem, Woman Work by Maya Angelou. In this poem, she gives all the things, all the description of a woman, of a domestic life of a woman. So guys, I hope this video would be helpful. I am summing up this video. Very interesting poem, very realistic poem, you can say. In this poem, Maya Angelou describes her own life also, her own monotonous life, her own dull life also. And in this poem, there are two theories which was applied, that is Marxism and also feminism. By reading this poem, you can understand that these theories are applied or not. But these theories are applied in this poem. So guys, I hope you would like this video and would be very helpful to you. That's it for today. I shall meet you very soon with a new video. Till then, keep studying and have fun with literature. Thank you.